Welcome on board Utopia of the Seas, the second largest ship in the world. As soon as you enter in, you're going to be entering the Royal Promenade. And there are a lot of activities, shopping, and food on the Royal Promenade. Off to the right, at the end, you're going to have the Royal Theater, which are some of the production shows that are going to happen. Right around the corner here, you're also going to have Boleros, the Latin nightclub and bar. Of course, you have Starbucks, which is going to have a line nearly every single day. Note that no drink package is included in Starbucks. Next to Starbucks, you have the Spotlight Karaoke. Of course, you get your karaoke in the evenings, which fills up quickly, but during the daytime, you're also going to have different trivia going on. And as you can see, there's lots of shopping to do during sea days as well as in the evenings. Not only in the middle of the promenade, but the shops of Royal Caribbean has. And as you move towards the back or the aft of the ship, you're gonna have the Bell and Barley English Pub. Great place for some music in the evenings with a guitar singer. Across from Bell and Barley's, a fan favorite is Sorrento's Pizza. This is a free place to be able to eat pizza, obviously. And a fan favorite across from the pub is Sorrento's Pizza, a fan favorite. You're gonna have pepperoni, cheese, veggie, and typically a favorite of the day or a pizza of the day. Here, you're gonna also have some Coke style freestyle machines if you have the classic soda package or the deluxe or one of the other beverage packages. Otherwise, you'll be able to get some free water there as well. And as you enter, you're gonna have an opportunity to get a picture with the Utopia sign in front of the classic car. Different classic car on this ship compared to the other Oasis class ships we've been on. And you can wait until a day or two later and then you can just get a photo yourself and then it'll be free. Cafe Promenade, another place to get your free quick bites to eat and free coffee. They're gonna have full caffeinated coffee, regular cap for free. They're gonna have decaf, half and half. And the nice thing about this is it's all touchless. You can push and touch the button, but you can also just wave your hand in front. You'll also be able to get lemonade, iced tea, which isn't real iced tea. You have to get that at Mason Jar if you're from the South. And a couple quick bites, hot water, and tea. Right next to Cafe Promenade is guest services. You are going to pretty much almost always see a line here, especially on day one and the last day. So if you can avoid going to guest services on day one, it'd be a wise choice. Even on a sea day here, it is got a line. Not too long of a line though. And right across from guest service is the Rise and Tide Bar, which goes up and down. And as you can see, it goes from deck 5, the Royal Promenade level, all the way to deck 8, the Central Park. It takes about 20 minutes to go from the bottom all the way up, so drink slowly. And across the aisle is also the next cruise office. So if you are enjoying your cruise and you want to take another cruise, you can put a deposit down for as little as $100. Note that this is the non-refundable version. New to Utopia of the Seas is the Pesky Parrot, the first tiki bar for Royal Caribbean's fleet. They even have a tropical bird that moves and talks, a robotic bird. It might scare you if you're not ready for it, but this is the new happening place that will be full on embarkation day and many of the other nights. And the new Pesky Parrot is a new tropical tiki bar that even has a robotic bird. And you'll see this robotic bird talk and move a little bit. Another place that you may have to visit is going to be the port shopping desk, which is going to give you some tips and tricks for all the shopping in port. And on the other side is the Voom Internet Help Desk. Yes, I don't think I've walked by here without a line yet. So if you need some help getting set up with your Voom Internet, go here. On embarkation day though, if you just need to connect to the ship's Wi-Fi and trouble with that, you're not going to get the internet package, but just want to be able to use the Royal Caribbean app, there's a separate help desk for that. And we are still on deck 5, the Royal Promenade level, and in the very back or the aft of the ship is where your main dining room is going to be. And if you come with me, you're going to see the very top level of the main dining room. You're not only going to be able to see the menu each night that's going to be posted outside, but you'll also have the menu in your phone. So you'll be able to look at the menu before you even board. But this is deck number 5 of the main dining room. They also have decks number 4 and decks number 3. Deck number 5 and 4 are traditional dining. So you're going to have a set time, either early dining or late dining. So early dining is usually around 5 to 5:30. Late dining is usually around 8 p.m. My time dining is on deck 3. That is also where you would get breakfast in the morning if you want to have breakfast in the main dining room, which is very nice and comfortable. Now let's come on in here and look at how beautiful the main dining room is. Additionally, on Royal Promenade Deck 5 level, there is a walk-in running track outside. You just tap to let yourself out, look both ways, and make sure you don't get ran over. Now, not only is it a walk-in and running track here, but there are activities to be able to do. So there are also some activities you can do here. Some shuffleboard and some ping pong, as well as just a way to relax. Great for having kids because it's enclosed. So if you don't have a balcony room, this is a great place to see the ocean, but there's also some open railings that you can see as well, especially in the aft or back of the ship. Now, be sure to bring your own ping pong balls because ones here, they get dented real easily. And in the front of the ship, around the bend, there's access to the fitness center. So if you're gonna work out during your vacation, you can go from here as a light warm-up right up to the fitness center. Okay, the next most popular spot is going to be the pool deck, and on deck 15 you're going to find the pool deck, but in the front of the ship you're going to find the Solarium, which is an enclosed heat-controlled environment that is for adults only, 18 and above. Now kids can kind of walk through it to get to the other side or eat breakfast in the Solarium Bistro or even lunch. The Solarium Bistro is Mediterranean themed for dinner. Dinner, you do need reservations, and it is free of charge. Although it almost kind of feels like a specialty restaurant. It's going to be the same menu every night, but it is a great place to grab breakfast or lunch on embarkation day if you want a quiet, more relaxed atmosphere compared to the Windjammer. There's going to be pools and hot tubs in these areas, as well as there's a hot tub that overhangs the side of the ship and is the only one on this one, which is in the Solarium section. And don't forget about the view bar right outside of the Solarium, which is going to be a great place for sail away with stunning views and, of course, your favorite drink. Now we are on deck 16, just so you can get a good view of deck 15, the pool area. You're gonna have a splashaway bay, which is perfect for your young kids. Lots of lounge chairs, but really, let's be real, never enough. So please, don't be a chair hog. If you got a family of 4, you might only need 2 chairs. And the lime and coconut bar does span multiple decks, not only on deck 16, but also on deck 15. And deck 15 is where your water slides are for the perfect storm. You do have to go up some stairs from deck 15, and it comes back down on deck 15. You do have to be at least 48 inches tall to go on these slides. The lime and coconut bar spans multiple decks on both deck 15 and deck 16, but they've made this even better from an efficient standpoint. Listen to what Royal Caribbean's expert, listen to what this Royal Caribbean expert had to say about it.
Right, so you'll see right here this overhanging balcony. This is an addition that we did as a result of a wind study, because we've opened up the way that the pool deck is now. The way the airflow goes is a little bit differently, and we didn't want to have a big downdraft going through the park affecting people's balcony experiences or affecting the pool deck itself. So this actually changes the wind direction, maintains the integrity of that experience down there. Leaning into the world's greatest weekend, we've got the view bar on that end that services, the drink necessity of people who are on the pool deck. We have this very large bar. We have the outboard portion, and then another bar up here. But what you don't realize is next to it is a very large bar pantry. So for all of the service staff that are going back serving, they don't need to go to a bar now. They go into the pantry. Makes that service of the whole pool deck much better, because we know that's what people are going to look for.
Also on deck 15 is going to be your towel station. You're going to have multiple towel stations and a place to get life jackets for the little ones. Now, when you get your towels, you're going to check them out with your SeaPass card, and you want to make sure you check them back in, or there's a $25 fee. And right next to one of the towel stations is Sprinkles. What's different about this Sprinkles, besides them having 4 ice cream cone machines, is they actually have sprinkles. I thought when they were building this, it was going to have more topping choices, but it is literally just sprinkles. Gotta try it. Thank you. Next to one of the pools in the aft of the ship near the main dining room is going to be the spare tire where you can get some quick bites to eat. And as you enter from outside the aft or the back of the ship, you're going to have the Windjammer Marketplace, which is your buffet. Come on, take a look at all the great food options they have. But of course, make sure you washy beforehand. Of course, this is going to be a free place to eat that's open for both breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you can get your coffee, your alcohol, and I'm hoping my sugar-free Red Bull as well. Okay, on deck 16 in the way back is going to be the Aqua Dunes, or putt-putt golf is what most people would call it. And just below or by the Aqua Dunes is going to be the Playscape area, which is a great place, obviously, if you have little ones. If our little ones were on the ship, this is where they would be right now.
Look at that. Wow.
Now the lighthouse isn't just a lighthouse like on other ships. It's actually a slide down to the Playscape area. And they also have cornhole here, which they call Bago. Let's just call it cornhole. So in the very aft or back of the ship is also the Ultimate Abyss, one of the longest dry slides at sea. This is technically on deck 15, but it's easy to get from deck 16 as well. And right behind is where you are going to have another bar, and you can get shaved ice, which I have yet to try. And right next to this is going to be the Flow Rider, which they say is on deck 16, but you kind of get to it from deck 15. Now the Flow Rider is a free activity to do, but you just do have to sign up and sign the waiver. They got boogie boarding, stand-up surfing, all depends on your level of comfort. Now make sure you wear some tight clothes or something underneath, because if you fall down, your shorts and shirt will ride up and go almost fall off. Let's see if he falls. Okay, he's gonna fall. We know he is. For the zip line, that is a free event as well. You have to be at least 52 inches tall and no more than 275 pounds. Great free activity that, can't believe it, but I've yet to try it. And the sports court is part of the sports zone area as well, where they have pickleball in the mornings, and then they also have basketball here and even soccer. But a great activity for not only young adults and kids, but older big kids. And don't forget about the free ping pong, also on deck 16. And then they have one on deck 5, but that was just a single table with one dented ball. So thinking about borrowing some ping pongs from up here to bring down to the deck 5 ping pong, where it's easy to get that table. And they have glass walls, so no balls can escape and no balls go into the ocean. And also on deck 16 in the aft or back of the ship is going to be your teen hangout, the Social 100. This is going to be exclusively for ages of 13 to 17, as you can see. Opposite side of the Social 100 Club for the teenagers is going to be the arcade, which is good for little kids and big kids. Now this is not free and you do have to pay for this. And just outside the arcade on deck 16 in the aft or back of the ship near the Sports Zone code is El Loco Fresh, another free place to eat. And this place is fresh and delicious. So let's take a look to see what they all have. They have your grab and go tacos, burritos, as well as make your own tacos. Our kids love the quesadillas, both chicken and cheese. And then you have your chips and queso with some beef. Grab and go desserts, grab and go fruit. And one of my favorite things about this particular taco bar is going to be not the free drinks, but the free drinks are good, but it's going to be the salsa bar and all your toppings. So you got your sour cream, your sauce, your guac, your cheese, cilantro, lime, lettuce, and as much of it as you want. And on deck 17 is going to be the Suite Lounge and Coastal Kitchen. So if you are a suite guest, you will be able to be in the suites and eat your meals in the Coastal Kitchen. And deck 18 are your really nice suites. And there is also a sun deck just for suite guests. Now these are just suites here. And no, we're not staying here. And on deck 16 forward is Hooked Seafood, which is one of the specialty restaurants. You're going to want to make reservations for this ahead of time or as soon as you get on board. And Hooked Seafood is literally right above the Solarium Bistro. Solarium Bistro is on deck 15 forward, and Hooked Seafood is on deck 16 forward. Deck 14 is where Adventure Ocean is. So for any kids between the ages of 0 and 12. Now technically they have AO babies, which is going to be 6 months to 36 months old. But on day one, you want to register your young children here, so that way you can drop them off during open hours. And it is free with the exception of AO babies, which is going to be a charge of, I don't know, $8 an hour or something like that, before 10 p.m. And after that, there's going to be an additional charge for AO babies and for the older kids. And also next to Adventure Ocean is going to be the Royal Escape Room. Now, this does cost extra money, but right as you enter, it's going to be right to the side. So, Kids Club, Escape Room. And on deck 12 is going to be Giovanni's, which is a specialty restaurant and will cost a little extra money, but you can get a great deal here on lunch. And this Giovanni's is going to be different from every other one on any Oasis Class ship.
Outside, yeah?
Yes, please.
All is yours.
Here, which table? Appreciate it, thank you. And on deck 8 in the aft or the rear of the ship, we have the music hall. Let's come on in and see what it all has to offer. Of course, it is going to have your music. They'll also do trivia during different parts of your cruise vacation as well. There is also an upstairs on deck 9. And on deck 8, we have another neighborhood, Central Park, which is a great way to walk through from one side of the ship to the other. There are many restaurants here on deck 8 Central Park, including 150 Central Park, which is very good, we have heard, because we've never been there. But the fried cheesecake there is supposed to be excellent. Chops Grill, which is a staple on pretty much all Royal Caribbean ships, if not all of them. And right here in the middle is where the Trellis Bar, or the Rising Tide Bar, comes up from the Royal Promenade. That ride does take about 20 minutes. And you might even hear birds in Central Park. Now, while they are birds here occasionally, they actually pipe in the sound noise of birds to give it a more authentic feel. All the plants you see here are real and maintained daily. I forget the exact number of plants, but it was some crazy high number. Park Cafe is another staple on Oasis class ships in Central Park. It is a free place to eat, and the hours are a little bit different than what you might think. So for dinner, it closes by about 5 p.m. Yeah, so lunch from noon to 5 and breakfast 7:30 to 11. They've got an excellent roast beef sandwich, and they also have one of the best salad bars, in my opinion, on the ship. One thing that is brand new on Oasis class ships and on the second in the fleet is Izumi in the park. That is a to-go window for sushi, which we have yet to experience, but I definitely want to give it a try before we leave. The teppanyaki tables in there, there's more on those in this ship than there is on any other ship in the fleet. And then as you walk through to the other side of Izumi, there is omasaki, which gives you a traditional Japanese experience, and it is all chef's choice. Deck 6 forward, you're going to find the Vitality Spa and the Fitness Center. Let's take a look to see what it looks like. This is where you're going to get upsold as well, but you can have many great services, including a haircut if you just simply need a haircut. One thing you may have noticed missing is the smoothie bar. No longer on Utopia of the Seas like the other Oasis class ships. And these ships have some of the best fitness centers that there is. The rivals on land gyms for sure. Plenty of cardio equipment. You do have a 30-minute time limit when others are waiting. And they have a lot of good weights, individual machines as well as free weights. They have a bunch of different classes that you're able to take as well. Now those do cost extra. They have a spin class up here. There's a door on the right that's kind of hidden. You have to open up in order to be able to find it. And Deck 6 Boardwalk is another one of the main neighborhoods here on Utopia of the Seas, as well as all Oasis class ships. Each of these horses are hand carved, and they show you the different stages until their completion on the carousel. Off to your right, you have the Zoltar, which is from that famous movie Big. Which do you think you'll get? It's not free, it costs $1. And then there's also got some games for kids or big kids like us. Across from the games, we have the Doghouse, or Boardwalk Doghouse if you want to be specific. They also have bratwurst. Me being from Wisconsin, the bratwurst, not all that great. Hot dogs are definitely decent though. That is a free place to eat and a great place for adults and kids alike. The carousel, that is also a free thing to do. And you can do that with your kids or just do it yourself. But right next to it is Sugar Beach. That is not free. They'll also host cupcake and decorating classes for like $35 each. Not worth it. You also have ice cream that you can pay for here, as opposed to the free ice cream at Sprinkles you get on the pool deck. Across from Johnny Rockets is Playmakers. Right next by is going to be the kids royal shop. So all kids size clothing and snacks that you might want to get, you can get that here at the kids shop. And of course, there is Johnny Rockets, the famous 1950s diner. Now, one thing to note here is it is a specialty restaurant and costs money as well. However, you can get breakfast, an American breakfast, for free here, which is a little known secret on Oasis class ships. And as we continue, you have a kids play area. And then you're going to have two main attractions. Of course, this is where the dry slide ends, but more importantly, at the very back, just like all Oasis class ships, is the Aqua Theater. And on Utopia of the Seas, it is the Aqua 80s show. There are some other activities that you can do here as well. You can do rock climbing wall on either the left or the right side of the Aqua Theater. Now, you're going to get here from deck 6. You're just going to simply take the stairs up there. Across from Johnny Rockets, we have Playmakers. So if you want to watch a sports game, this is where you're going to do it. They also have free shuffleboard and not free food. The food you have to pay for. But if you want one of the best desserts on any Royal Caribbean ship, highly recommend the campfire cookie, which you're going to get for about $8 here. And outside the boardwalk, you have Schooners Bar, which is on pretty much every Royal Caribbean ship. And next to Schooners Bar, connected, is the Crown and Acres Society off to the side. Now, they'll have live music here, piano music playing many nights, and also a great spot for trivia. And across from that, you have your shore excursion desk. So any excursions that you didn't purchase in the app or you just want to speak to someone in person, you can do that right here. And of course, your Focus photo gallery. So any photos that you have the staff take of you, this is where you can get a digital copy or a printed copy. And if you're Diamond or above member, you actually get one free photo per Diamond member. And on deck 4 here, we have Utopia Station in the back or rear. You have the board that will come up with your name on it, assuming you have reservations and it's your time. Now, this is going to be mostly a show that you're going to get. And also on deck 4 here in the rear is going to be the Casino Royale. Of course, you also have the main dining room right behind. And we will not be able to record in here, so we will just walk through. This is a good way to pass through. However, this is smoky. And there is another small non-smoking one that we'll see. And after you walk through and not get lost in the casino, you're going to come to the art section. And the reason why I say not get lost is because you can only get to the other side on one side of the casino, not on both left and right sides like you can on the other ships. And once when you walk through, you're going to come out to the other part of Entertainment Plaza and Studio B, where you are going to see ice skating shows as well as a number of other activities, including kids and family skate, which happens to be going on right now. Now, in order to be able to do kids and family skate, you do need to be able to wear long pants. Also back here is going to be the box office, so if you need to make show reservations, this is the place you come to, assuming there's someone there. And then the attic, which is actually where you make your show reservations if you didn't make any before your cruise on day 1. This is also where your adult comedian will be having their event, as well as other trivia events from time to time. The Crown Lounge, which is for Diamond members and above. Now, let's see if my card works. Good. I didn't get deactivated.